Hello, welcome back to Mr. Baker's channel, which is me. Today, this is the third video and I feel quite good since yesterday. I'm going to go through the ingredients with you because today we are making Welsh cakes. But you can choose to have sultanas or chocolate chips. But today we're doing chocolate chips. So I'm going to put these awful healthy stuff away. No, we don't need that. Gone, we don't want that. So first off, we're going to need 125 grams of plain flour. And then we're going to have 100 grams of sugar and a bit extra then for later when we cook them to sprinkle the top. And you need a half a teaspoon of baking soda, which is that lumpy white stuff at the top. And then we're going to need 50 grams of unsalted butter or lard if you got some, but I wouldn't. I just recommend unsalted butter. I'm going to need 1 egg beaten, but I haven't beaten mine yet because I just wanted to show you an egg. Okay, so now we're going to go to the method. I forgot to mention earlier that you need a bit of salt and also mixed spice, but I'm not going to use mixed spice because we haven't got any at the moment. So what we're going to do, we're going to tip the flour into the mixing bowl, the sugar and the baking powder into the bowl, and also the salt, a pinch of salt we need, okay? I'm going to put the salt back. Now you get your wooden spoon. Try this. This is from when we made Rice Krispie cakes. If you haven't watched it, it's in the link down below, the description. So we're just going to now mix in the salt, baking powder and the sugar and the flour all together. So it just blends in. Okay. Now we're going to put the dirty dishes into the wash. And in my last videos I said put it in the sink, but it doesn't matter if you've got a dishwasher or not. So now you're going to get the butter or lard, whatever you choose to use. We're going to rub in with the tips of our fingers, okay? It says cut into small squares, so if you wanted to do that. Right, so I'm just going to get the butter now and put it in the bowl. Now I've mixed it in till it's like breadcrumbs, as you can see here. Make sure there's not hardly any lumps, it doesn't matter if there's a few. But now you get your chocolate chips or your sultanas, whatever you chose, and you're going to put them in however many you would like. I'd recommend about 50 grams. And then we mix them in together. Now I just washed my hands, so I'm just going to dry them now because my hands were all full of breadcrumbs and it was horrible and butter. Right, I'm going to put my dirty dishes now into the wash. Then we're going to break the egg into a mug or something that you can beat it up with. So I'm going to get a fork. You crack the egg to the side, into the mixture, into the mug or whatever you have, into the bin then. Get your fork and lightly beat until it's however your egg turns out to be. Then you need to blend in the mixture. So I'm just going to pour the mixture. But first you're going to make a hole in the middle of the mixture. I'm just going to use the end of my fork and pour it in. So it's like the middle of a volcano if you look inside a volcano. Alright. Then I'm going to wash my hands because a bit of an egg has got on it. You get your wooden spoon you was using earlier and just start covering the egg with your flour until it starts to run out the sides as it's coming out by here. And then you mix in. Right, you've got to mix in your egg until it's like dough. If it's a little dry like mine, I'm going to put in a splash of milk if it really is dry like mine. So I'm just gonna go get some milk and pour it in and start. There we go, there's the milk now. Mix, 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 mix. Okay. It's starting to come, but I don't think it's working. I think we need a bit more milk. Okay. This is I think I put a bit of extra sugar in. It was on accident it came out. Yeah, it was on accident. Right. To me, this is really kind of doughy, which is perfect. It's got to be really doughy and wet, not really dry. It's really hard to mix. Okay. Then, if you put a bit too much milk in, add a bit of extra flour. But also, you need your flour. So here's my flour. Chocolate chips. You need to get a bit of flour and just put it over your worktop because we're going to roll the dough out. But unfortunately, again, you're going to have to put your hands in. But mine's really a bit too wet, so I'm going to put a bit more flour in. Okay, so I'm just mixing my flour in now, and then I'm going to put my hands in, unfortunately, to make it into a ball. We can roll it out, and don't forget your rolling pin. For your dough as a ball, you're going to roll it out into however thick you want your pancakes. Your Welsh cake. If I were you, if I'd go to your pinky and about halfway up your pinky, and that's how much that's the length it should be. Okay, so just roll it out now. Then you get whatever shape you like. If I were you, I recommend using the end of a cup. So I'm just gonna, before you all do the cutting them out, first off, you're going to get your frying pan, put on the biggest thing you got, or the one it's meant to be, on, and you're going to have to get then some sort of spray oil. We got sunflower oil, so I just use this. Lift it up like this and spray it like that, all around the pan, okay? But not too much. Now that's enough, about 5 squirts, 4 or 5 squirts. Then we're gonna heat the pan to make, so I'll just heat up the pan. Hang on. That's not right, turn it down. Okay. Is something wrong with my pan? I don't know. Right, I wouldn't say go on the lowest, but I think the bit from low, okay? Then we're gonna cut out and place them in the pan, but not quite yet on the first one because the oil is still swimming. Just gonna continue now to cut them out. Got some shapes, don't do it all yet because we remember the pan is on. So then we place them in the pan, all around the pan, so I just get these two as well. Place them in around the pan. About 4 would do in my pan, because it's the size on it. And then we continue to cut them out while they're on, but I suggest you keep them on for about 3 minutes each side possibly. And when you have your oil, you've sprayed it the first time, that's it, you don't do it when you keep refreshing your thing. And you're gonna need a spatula or if you've got the rubber thingy to use. Right, I'm going to continue now cutting for the next time when they're done. If you feel that your I keep saying pancakes. If I do say it, remember they're Welsh cakes. So I'm just gonna fry them until they start turning like brown, sort of at the side of your Welsh cake. Okay, I think this one's done now. And if you think that they're too big, this one's perfect right here. If you feel it's too big, no, not too big, too thick, you can never have a too big pancake, Welsh cake. See, I've done that a bit too early then, but that's okay. We'll flip it back over at the end. The thinner you get them, I think the faster they cook, but I like mine sort of thick, but not too thick. Okay. At the end, I got a technique that some people do. They just cut down the middle, if they're thick enough, and they just put a bit of jam or some cream in, and they call them scones, but I don't see the point on that, because I don't call them scones. If people eat. Now a plate, once you think they are done, they're going to start turning brown, sort of brown. Okay. So I got my big plate, same as always. And this one I think is done now. So, and it might look overcooked in a few places because of the white chocolate. It's only the chocolate. I use white chocolate, but if you use brown, it should go dark in most places. I don't think these are done yet, so I'll flip these ones. And if it come out cooked in some places, possibly burnt, and then like not cooked at all in other places, that means you've got your heat too high, so you turn it down lower. But I've got mine on the lowest and they're still not cooking, so we'll get there, won't we? If you push down on your pancakes, if they're hard, not sort of squishy, yeah, you know. I think these ones are done now, so I'm going to put them on the plate now. And the first time, and I'll tell you this now, the first time you're going to do your first batch, it'll never be good, like brilliant. If you do let me know in the comments, because I'm not being funny. I'm just going to put them on the plate then. I'm not being funny, it never worked for me. I mean, look at them, but they're not good, are they, for the first batch as I've just made. So I'm going to put more on now, 4 I think, until, there we go. Make sure there's some flour on it for this. So now we're going to get the dough. If you have your thing like this, you're going to have to get your dough, all the dough together. Oh, mine's sticking to the counter. Bit more flour on the surface, only a bit. Okay, that'll do for now. Put it on a rolling pin. You're going to roll it out. Make sure there's full flour on the dough at the top as well, so you can roll it out without just sticking to the rolling pin. Flour changes everything, trust me. But don't forget of the pancake, Welsh cakes on the heat as well. So I'm just going to have a look at them now. Have a look under them. Are they cooking? Have a look. Yeah, they're cooking fine now. Better than the first batch. And didn't I say it's better, isn't it? Now, we're going to start cutting more of these. I'm going to do 4 each time because that's all I can fit in my pan. And there we go. That's 4 by there. Now I'm going to go check on my pancakes. I'm going to fry them and we'll see you soon. And just keep repeating until your dough is gone. Unless you have a really tiny bit of dough, just if you squash it in the palm of your hand, you'll come circular like this and just throw it on the heat. Okay? As you can see here, they was my first ones, which was very terrible, and they processing up to the best ones here. And with your sugar now, with your leftover sugar, as I said at the beginning of the video, you're going to get a handful, maybe a bit more if you like, and just lightly sprinkle it on top of the Welsh cakes, and just repeat that every time. Okay? If you add some along the way, I don't blame you. But this is the best part of all, the frying pan. If you have cold water, this is only that because of the dough. Listen to it. You put it freezing like minus 15,000 degrees, and then it makes that sort of noise. I don't know if you heard it on the camera. Right there. Come in the water. And there we go. Now we have our Welsh cakes that we made. The first attempt, I told you before, is terrible, and I've sprinkled some sugar on most of them. And when I say sprinkled, I mean a lot. Now, make sure your cooking is clean, and all the dirty dishes, of course, go into the wash. Thank you very much again for watching my video. Please smash the like button and smash the subscribe button and smash the notifications bell thingy-majiggy. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and they are your lovely Welsh cakes. Bye for now.